Hello guys, welcome back to Car Obsession and welcome to another point of view review. This time I'm in the new Kia Sorento hybrid, so let's go for a drive. Now just quickly before I set off, just how cool is that? Hopefully you can see it. I've got what I believe is called the blind spot view monitor, and if I indicate left, you'll see I get a display on the left hand side. That's a really good feature. I also have blind spot monitoring as well. All right, make sure we're clear. Yes, we are good to go. Clear for takeoff. So under the bonnet, I have a 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol, which is of course aided by an electric motor. Together, they produce 230 horsepower along with 360 Newton meters of torque. In regard to fuel economy, this is the range-topping 4 model, therefore I have the 19-inch alloys as standard. That means that the fuel economy is 38.2 on a combined run, which is a little bit lower compared to what it would be if you had the model with these 17-inch alloys. In regard to CO2 emissions, this car emits 169 grams per kilometre. You'll have to excuse me if I'm fumbling my words. I've just got over some form of throat infection, so my voice has only really just come back. It's like I'm learning to talk all over again. In regard to performance, this will hit 60 miles per hour in a rather respectable 8.7 seconds, and the top speed is 119 miles per hour. The Sorento hybrid is a really relaxing, nice car to drive. I've got plenty of mod cons, so I will try to list them all. I'm bound to forget a few things. So as standard, I have 19-inch alloys, keyless entry, front and rear parking sensors, reversing camera, 360 monitor, head-up display, 12.3-inch digital display, 10.25-inch touchscreen, dual zone climate control, Bluetooth, navigation, smartphone connectivity, DAB radio, heated front seats, heated steering wheel. The front seats are also ventilated as well. I've got 6 driving modes. What else have I got? I'm running out of things to say. I've got the hill descent control, and I've got the Bose sound system. I almost forgot about that. And there's probably a fair few things I have missed off. So needless to say, this car is crammed with kit, and in fact, when this car was launched, Kia dubbed it as the most high-tech car ever it has made. There's a good chance that comment is now obsolete now that the EV6 is here, but let's not take anything away from the Sorento. It is full to the brim with technology. It is a nice, relaxing car to drive. I've got a 6-speed automatic, which works well enough, although sometimes it can be a little bit laggy. So for example, if I were to put my foot down now, that was actually quite responsive, to be fair. The Sorento, thanks to the presence of electrification, is surprisingly lively when you tickle the accelerator. I do have a choice of driving mode, so down here I do have a little rotary dial. So I've got Eco, which is what I'm in now, Sport, which of course makes everything a bit more responsive, and Smart, which essentially is an auto mode and will adapt to how you are driving. Press the dial down and you get a new choice of drive modes. I now have there we go, snow, mud or sand. Of course I don't need any of those here, so let's put it into Sport. Why not? Be rude not to. The Sorento is a very comfortable car despite its riding on 19-inch alloys. Yes, the ride around town at slower speeds can be a tad fidgety, but it's still very, very compliant. And once you get it up to speed on a road like this, it almost glides over the tarmac. You may have detected there is a bit of road noise making its way into the cabin, but nothing really worth complaining about. And for the most part, the Sorento has got a high level of refinement. At motorway speeds, yes, you do get a bit of wind noise, but this is a high riding SUV, so you have to expect that. Speaking of the car's size, this is roughly the same size as the last Sorento, but the wheelbase has been extended by 35mm. This is the first Sorento to offer electrified powertrains, and there is also the choice of a plug-in hybrid. If you're not quite ready to commit to EV motoring, then there is also the choice of a 2.2 litre diesel. For those of you that hold towing quite high in your importance of buying priorities, the hybrid can tow up to 1,650 kilograms, but if you need even more pulling power, then take a look at the 2.2 litre diesel, as that can tow up to 2,500 kilograms, which is 500 more compared to its predecessor. Also, if you go for the 3 and the 4 trim level, you get self-leveling rear suspension as standard. I don't think I've mentioned it, I'm driving the range-topping 4 model, which is why I've got so many features. In regard to price, the Sorento starts from £39,710, but as I've mentioned, I am in the range-topping 4, which would normally have a starting price of £47,960. I do hope that is correct. I am doing that from memory. This car, as an option, has got the mineral blue paintwork, which looks fantastic and is exclusive for the hybrid. Therefore, the car I'm sat in right here, right now, is actually £48,620. You may think that is a lot of money for a Kia, but as I've demonstrated, this has so much as standard. The 10.25-inch touchscreen has got a really nice crisp display. It's easy to navigate, and it's got some nifty features. So for example, if I go back to home, there's a mode called quiet mode. Hit it, and the media will only be pumped to the front speakers at a maximum of level 7. So if you've been on a family road trip and the kids are asleep in the back, then it won't disturb them. And it's the little things like that which really go a long way. In the middle row of seats, you also get integrated blinds on the windows, which again I think is fantastic. It really shows that Kia is properly thinking about the target audience of this car. And other little features I like, for example, I've got passenger talk down here. Basically, the car uses the front microphones and will send a message to those in the rear seats. So let's say the kids have been acting up, you can hit that and then go, "Oi, pack it in!" Hit end, and then it gets transmitted to the rear. Some would argue that is a bit gimmicky, but you know what? I think that's pretty cool. As I've mentioned, this car is relaxing to drive, but if you need even more relaxation, if you go to the media section, I will wait until I'm on them straight a bit before I play about with the touchscreen a bit more. Here we go. So I've got sounds of nature. So if I put the volume up, I've got snowy village, or I've got lively forest, calm ocean waves, rainy day, open air cafe, and warm fireplace. Oh yes, put another log on please. Again, some of you may think that is a bit gimmicky, but you know what? I actually quite like that. But let's get rid of that. Let's just put it on the radio for the time being and hit home. I do hope the lighting is okay. I have squeezed this video in at the end of my day, so the light is starting to disappear, as is my voice a little bit then. I had some form of throat infection, so for a few days I pretty much had no voice. My wife was elated. Now, if you want me to speak about the space and practicality, that will of course come in the main review, so be sure to check that out. This is of course more the point of view review. I'm not going to touch upon handling too much because, let's face it, this car wasn't built for that. But you know what? Considering the size and weight of this Sorento, it is pretty competent in the corners. It does hold its own. The only thing I will say, and this is more of a complaint in town traffic, is the brake pedal hasn't got much feeling to it. It's got very little in the way of an actual pheasant. My word. I've said it many times, but they are stupid birds. Pretty, but stupid. The only animal that will actively run towards an oncoming vehicle. Anyway, where was I? I've lost my train of thought. Yes, the brake pedal. I do find that the brake pedal, it hasn't got much feedback. So to begin with, you apply pressure, and then all of a sudden you have to apply more before you start slowing down. To be fair, that's a complaint I've had in quite a few hybrids and electric vehicles, because it's all down to the regenerative braking, and through time you would get used to it. It's just to begin with, the feeling just isn't particularly natural. Now, hopefully you can start to see just how fantastic the LED lights are. You may just see the beams starting to hit the side of the road, and they are very bright. They are excuse me, very good at what they are designed for. The auto high beam also works pretty well. I was on a dual carriageway which had a fair few bends in it, and I had oncoming cars that were coming at an angle, yet the auto high beam was still able to detect them. That's really impressive, and it's still really responsive. The Sorento is a really easy car to drive. When you're out on roads like this, the steering becomes more weighted and it just feels a bit more meaty in your hands. But around town it's nice and light, and this is an easy car to manoeuvre despite its size. The only drawback is because it is a large vehicle. There have been a few times where I've parked it in a bay and it hasn't quite, well, it's not gone into the space particularly well. I parked this in B&Q yesterday, and the back of the car was overhanging the back of the parking bay. Today I parked up at Shell, a petrol station, and the car did fit in the bay, but if I had a car parked either side of me, I would have struggled to get out. So that is worth bearing in mind. Let's touch upon visibility. Visibility, I've got no complaints with it. The rear windows are of a good size. Of course, I've got the blind spot monitoring and the blind spot view monitor. Visibility over the shoulder, I can't demonstrate right now because of course I'm going around a bend. Just wait for it straight a bit. But the visibility over the shoulder is okay. Of course, you do have quite a thick C-pillar. You probably can't see that. It was a bit of a waste of time after all that. But on the whole, visibility is good. The interior is a really nice place to be. Granted, it doesn't scream character, but it does shout quality. Everything you touch in here just feels pleasing to the touch. You have to look hard to find anything that feels cheap or nasty. Just the elements used in here they're really nice. Kia has come such a long way. Once upon a time you bought a Kia because they were cheap and somewhat cheerful, but nowadays the South Korean brand is really offering up a high amount of quality, to the point where it's putting some German noses out of joint. And fair play to Kia. I would say the interior of this car, in regard to quality, they've smashed it. Sorry to use a bit of a cliche term, but they have done really well. They've got so much in here, so many mod cons. I can't think of anything in here that I'd want. If I'm going to be really picky, perhaps I'd want a park assist system. I think a car of this price, you should really have a park assist, but that's me being really, really critical. Both the displays are crisp, they are nice to look at, easy to read, not too cluttered. Now down here, you should be able to see the LED lights better. They are really, really nice, really bright. They can almost turn night into day. That's what the high beams look like, in case you're wondering. Turn those off. There we have it, guys, the new Kia Sorento hybrid. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. I found it useful. I do hope the lighting has been okay as well. As you can see, the light is rapidly running out. So I do hope the image quality hasn't suffered as a result. It probably has, but not much I can really do about that. Anyway, that aside, I'd like to say a big thank you to Kia for loaning me this car for the week. And of course, a big thank you for you guys watching. If you have found it enjoyable or useful or helpful, then be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.